Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're testing out the brand new Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. You guys know I just rated the concealer last year. Let's see how the serum foundation ranks in my scorecard. I am so excited for you guys to see how this applies. We are doing a 10-hour wear test. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright you guys, before we get started, I'm Christy. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get notified. I do upload new videos every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and when I'm not on YouTube, you can follow me at Christy Allure on Instagram, or you can also follow my blog, ChristyAllure.com. On my blog, you guys, will be all my shade ranges for foundation and concealer, so hopefully that helps give you a better guide, especially if you are thinking about purchasing this product. It will just let you know what I am in other products. I can't put that in the description box, so please visit my blog. All the links are below, and as always, and especially if you're new to my channel, please utilize the links if you decide to purchase any of these products, because it does help support my channel. I'm a small channel still. We're trying to get to 10K, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, but it does help me out when you guys utilize those, so thank you so much. All right, we have 3 different shades. We are going to retry that concealer again. There's a lot to cover, so let's just roll over into the application process. All right, you guys, let's just jump right into it. There's a lot to cover with Clinique products. I'm very excited to try out some new products, and obviously a concealer I've already tried out on my channel, so we'll go over that in just a second. I have 3 different shades with this Clinique Serum Foundation. It is really difficult to find your shade with Clinique. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I wish they can perfect their system, because it is really hard, especially now because we can't swatch anything in store, and a lot of our Sephora's in California, you can't even go inside, so you can't even look at the bottle. Not that it really helps you, to be honest. And Ulta, you still can't swatch, but at least you can go in the store, so that's kind of nice. But the shade range, they do this very fair, and you would think, okay, so I'm not fair, I'm more light medium, light to light medium. But if you go, there's no light medium. It's either very fair or medium or tan, whatever the shades are. So I'll show the shade range right there. So the 2 warm neutral shades I went with are WN16 Buff, very fair, warm neutral. And then get this, you guys, WN38, which kind of jumps up, I guess, a little bit, Stone, very fair, warm neutral. Don't understand that. There's a lot of those in that category, and you're like, okay, that's really not helping me. And then I also went with CN28, which is very fair with a cool neutral undertone. Now, when I swatched it, as you guys can see right there, all 3 of them, that CN is way too pink. And typically, back in the days when I used Clinique, long time ago, that was the problem. They were just always too pink. They never really catered to that golden or that light neutral olive undertone back in the days. They've improved, grant you, but I still don't think to the degree I would like. So the closest I think I'm gonna be is going to be that WN38 Stone. I think that has the most olive undertone out of all of them, but I still think it's a little too dark for me. So I don't know, we're just gonna kind of play with that one, you guys, and go with it. I did get the WN Buff 16 Concealer, and that's the swatch compared to the foundation. I don't know about you guys, but that usually concealer is like 2 shades lighter, even if it's in the same family, like Rare Beauty has done that. The foundation looks lighter than the concealer, and typically it's the other way around. I did already go in with my Dr. Jart Tiger Grass. I have been really liking this product. It is calming the reds and the breakouts on my skin right now. I did use that, and I did go in with the Tula face filter primer, which I really like. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Tula. I think for sensitive skin, it's really, really good. I also moisturized this morning with my Clinique Moisture Surge, which you guys already know I'm a dedicated Clinique Moisture Surge fan, have been for many, many years. I also went in with the Moisture Surge eye cream. Oh, all about the eyes eye cream. And I really like this cream. It actually came with it was just a free sample when you purchased a Clinique product on Ulta.com, and I'm pretty sure it's still going on right now. And I also used Summer Friday's Cloud Dew Oil-Free Gel Cream. You guys, this is brand new and it is amazing. You guys know I'm a huge Summer Fridays fan. I've talked about them before on my channel. It's the only like mask I can use when my skin is really decongested. So really, really like that. I also use the Peace Out Retinol Eye Stick. You can get this at Sephora. This is incredible, you guys. It's like a chapstick almost. And all you do is you just put it like on your lines. And let me tell you, I think it has really been helping out. And it just kind of helps. It's not taking away the lines, but I think what it's doing is it's actually filling it in. And I really like that, especially since I have such prominent laugh lines right now. I did already kind of spot conceal a little bit with my Dermablend concealer because the two concealers I have with Clinique are a little too peachy pink right now and a little too light, I think. So I did go in with my Dermablend one because it's non-comedogenic as well, fragrance free, and I don't want to further aggravate these breakouts. So before we actually start applying this, I just want to quickly touch on some of the benefits of this product because I think it's important before we start applying it. It's $42, you guys. It's $1.40 per milliliter. It's 1 ounce and 30 mils of product. That is fantastic. It's a name brand. No, it's not a luxury brand, but it's a name brand. So $1.40 is not bad, you guys. 42 shades is pretty good as well. Again, not ecstatic about the actual shades in that shade range, but that's a pretty big shade range for, you know, brands these days. So it's good. We just need to work on some olive skin tones, all right? Let's work on that, Clinique. But let's just roll over to this page right here. You've got hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, vitamin C with UP302, which helps target those dark spots and uneven skin tone areas of your skin. It has a medium to full coverage satin radiant finish with SPF 25, and it does have a physical sunscreen versus a chemical sunscreen. I am not really that educated on physical sunscreen versus chemical sunscreen, so I decided to look it up and I found a really good doctor, and I'm gonna put her link up there in my sensitive skin playlist. She has treated over 40,000 cases. It is the largest database in the world of hyperpigmentation. But the points she made were that physical sunscreen reflects versus chemical sunscreen that absorbs. And then she goes on to explain UVA versus UVB in this video. I'm not gonna go into all those details because I'm not a dermatologist, nor am I educated on that. Basically, we want products that have physical sunscreen versus chemical sunscreen. Remember a dermatologist telling me if you're going to use makeup, use Clinique products because they are very, very well tested and will not negatively impact your skin as much as other ingredients out there from other products. I just love other products, so it's so hard for me to like stop using them, but I know this is probably much, much better for my skin. Another product that I really like, you guys, and I want to say, just kind of testing this product out already, it reminds me a lot of Estee Lauder, and I'll show the picture right there, the Futurist. I love this foundation. I do not talk about this. I have not even actually done a video on this, but I need to because every time I wear this foundation, I get so many compliments. So many compliments. And I don't know what it is about this foundation, but it really does make my skin look good. And I'll go over the price comparisons and the comparisons to this product later on in the rankings section. But I'm excited to try this one because I think it's really, I think so far when I wore it for a little while, I was like, wow, this reminds me a lot of the Estee Lauder one. So let's just jump right into it and we'll kind of go over some of the other claims as we put this foundation on. So this has a cap and it is a pump, but you can twist it off and do it that way, but I wouldn't. Or this cap is a little difficult to get off. off, but you can take the cap off and it's a pump. As you can tell, I already played with it because I was doing the swatches. So we're gonna go with Stone because it's a little bit more olive, but I still think it's a little too dark. So we'll see how we can make this work. So we're just gonna blot that on with my, oops, I'm gonna put it on my eyes as well with my MAC 170 brush. See how beautiful that is on the skin? I mean, it just looks so healthy. This color is actually a really good color for me. I kind of just tested it right here, but I didn't really go all over the face. That's why I don't really know how it's gonna perform. We are gonna do a wear test, so we'll find out. I typically like my foundations a little bit lighter, you guys, and I know most people like them a little bit darker, but I typically like them a little bit lighter, so as long as I can blend them in with my neck, I'm usually okay. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of brownish, but I like it. It's pretty. I still think this one's gonna be too light, but you know what? Let's try this one on this side just to see, and then we can kind of blend the two together. So this one is Buff. This one was just a little too pink for me, I thought, but I don't know. It'll maybe a snatch bit lighter. We're gonna do the Beauty Blender on this side and see how it performs. All right, so I'm gonna do, I always say Beauty Blender, but Dose of Colors sponge. I don't know why I always refer them. I think everybody does. We all refer them to Beauty Blender, even though Beauty Blender is the brand. It's not necessarily the, see this one's maybe a little bit too light for me. It's not necessarily too pink, it's just too light, I think. I don't know though, because I kind of like it. I don't know, you guys, it's kind of difficult. I wish there was a little bit more olive undertones in this Buff, but other than that, I think it would have been perfect. See, I feel like this brightens my face more, where this just kind of dulls my face. So I actually think I prefer the Buff, but I don't know about you guys, tell me. So that's the Buff with a blender, okay? So it actually applies really beautiful with either a brush or a blender. It's really, at this point, just preference. You always are gonna get a more blended, natural effect with any kind of sponge that you use, and it doesn't matter what sponge you use. This is just my favorite sponge, but yeah, I mean, I actually like this color better. That's just my personal preference. This one might be a little too, I don't know, it's just dull to me, where this one's more brightening and exciting to me. I feel like it's, I mean, I'm gonna pull you guys in, I'm gonna zoom in here. I feel like it's very like, I don't know, it's something about my pores just feel less intense. I don't know what it is. It's just a very healthy feel to this. It reminds me so much of the Estee Lauder one, so much of it, but I think it dries down a little bit faster, which I like, because Estee Lauder one takes a little while for it to dry down. Some other facts to know about this product as well, you guys, is it has a 24-hour color true wear, a 24-hour defense against caking, settling, creasing, pouring, or streaking, and it's sweat and humidity resistant, as well as waterproof. So I am interested to kind of see how it is going to do in this wear test. Obviously, we're not going to do a waterproof test, but I mean, I guess we could pour some water on me. But maybe if it's raining or something, I know in other, I mean, it was raining here a little bit, but I know in other parts of the country it's raining really bad. So, you know, who knows? I mean, maybe like if you're in the rain, it won't like just melt off, which is nice. And I do like sweat and humidity resistant. I don't live in a humid climate right now, but if I did, I would really like a foundation that is sweat and humidity resistant. I am going to take a little bit of my Benefit Professional setting spray. I've been liking to do this lately, you guys. This really does kind of wet the sponge again and just make sure everything is nice and set in there, and I really like doing that. I think it's a fantastic way to really make sure your foundation's in there. All right, let's go in with the Clinique Even Better Concealer, $42, and now has 42 shades. When I did do the video, it only had 30 shades, so it has increased their shade range. I had Oat before, that color just wasn't right for me. I ended up returning that one. You guys can check out that video and I talk more about the product. I'm not going to go into all the details because this is not a new product. I just wanted to use it in combination and give it another try. So I did 2 other shades thinking maybe I'll just try it out. And I did get, again, WN Buff 16, very fair with warm neutral undertones. And then I also got WN 04 Bone, very fair with warm neutral undertones. So we'll go in with the WN04 for underneath the eyes. So we're gonna brighten up. This does have vitamin C, caffeine, hyaluronic acid, so many amazing benefits in this concealer. All right, so we're gonna go little this time. We're not gonna do as much as I did last time. So just, I know that maybe seem a lot for you guys, but for me, that's a little bit. So we'll just do that guy. And we'll put this, by putting the concealer right here, is lifting. So for my mature skin ladies, that's what helps lift the skin. I'm gonna put a little bit right there where I get red. The thing I noticed, because I played with this concealer a little bit more the other day, is that if you let it dry down, because I mentioned this in that video I just did on makeup, basic makeup for using only 6 products. Go ahead and check out that video if you haven't. It's with liquid concealers, I'm gonna repeat myself again, is to really let them dry down a little bit, and I didn't do that when I first tested out this video. But since I personally, okay, this is just me, like a lot of coverage under my eye, and my foundation, I just like I like full coverage, okay? Everyone's different. Don't judge anybody, because I do hear sometimes in the comments, and I understand, like, you're using way too much concealer, you're using way too much foundation, but that's my preference. You guys don't have to do that. I'm not doing these videos to say you have to do your makeup exactly the way I do it. You don't, or any video. Do it. We just do these videos because we love makeup and we're reviewing products, and we put them on our skin the way we feel comfortable. Maybe down the road I'll use less. I don't know, but for now, that's the way I like it. So just try to bear that in mind when you guys are commenting. All right, then I'm gonna go on the forehead, because we are not trying to get too much coverage there, just a little bit. And I am gonna go in with the sponge and just kind of pull away some of that product, because I don't want a ton of coverage on my forehead. That's the best part of my skin right now. Well, not the best part, there's other parts, but for some reason my breakouts are all on my contour line, so it must be a product I'm using there. It's not liking me. And then what I like to do is go back to that foundation brush. There's nothing on this brush, and just kind of go over everything. And to me, like, the foundation's already on there. So since I used a little bit lighter of a concealer, I'm just kind of trying to blend everything in. I'm not trying to be too perfect with my eyes, because what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I'm gonna jump off camera after we're done doing most of the base, and I'm actually gonna film another video because I want to do an eyeshadow look for Valentine's Day, and then I'll come back later on in the evening and give you a full rundown of how my rankings and all that, my final thoughts of the product, and film the intro and all that stuff. So it may be a little different from what I look like now, but I want to do that eyeshadow look on a separate video. So just try to keep this video a little bit shorter as well. I know I really am working on my video time frame, you guys. I really am trying. But yeah, that's how it looks, and I think it's really beautiful. I love this foundation, and it's set down really nicely. It doesn't feel too wet. It feels extremely light on the skin so far, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself too much, because you guys know I do that, and then I'm like, at the end of the day, is it really gonna feel, I'm spraying that with the Benefit Professional Spray again. Just giving myself a little refresh. Again, just setting everything into place before we go in with the setting powder. So we are gonna set the face with the I think it's called Stay Matte Sheer Pressed Powder, and this is in #1 Stay Buff, and it's supposed to be, I think, kind of like a lightweight powder. The typical Clinique benefits of oil-free, fragrance-free. So for my sensitive skin, acne-prone type women out there, these are good powders to get yourself involved with. It does come with a sponge. This one doesn't have like a little lift up, so it just comes on top. I don't know why they do that. They should have a little compartment for it, but that's okay. We're not reviewing this product. I just want to try it out with the other products. So I'm actually going to go in with the sponge. Make sure the sponge is not too damp. You don't want to ruin your powder. And we're just going to take that onto the skin and just pounce it into the skin. Just making sure that we're setting that skin nicely. Use a little tiny mirror, not that I can really see out of it, but I really have been liking to set my foundation and my concealers this way lately. I don't know why. We are going to take this underneath the eye and just see what we can do with this. I mean, is it the most amazing powder I've ever used? No, but is it good for my skin? Absolutely. Now let's take a fluffy brush. We'll just go in with my Chikuhodo one that I always use. Again, you can use any fluffy brush you have. I did give a lot of recommendations on the other one. Ooh, this is really pretty with the brush, actually. I love all IT Cosmetics brushes too. All right, so I did for bronzer, I thought, let's try this because I am breaking out so much on that area right there. I think I need to start going to products and maybe like foundations. I think sometimes when you have breakouts like that, maybe you might want to use a foundation. I don't know, I'm gonna try it out. Never tried this before, so I kind of just played with it, swatching it, but I haven't really like tried it out yet. This is called the Beyond Perfecting Powdered Foundation and Concealer. So I kind of gave you an idea of how everything looks as far as foundation and concealer goes. This is, between filming this and turning off the camera a couple times, probably about 45 minutes I've had this foundation on, and wow. It's really pretty. This is really beautiful, and it's not negatively impacting my skin, so I really like it. We'll have to see how this is going to wear, so I will come back at the end of the day and wrap this up. You guys, I'm gonna go film another video right now, so I won't be coming on camera until I do the rankings again in the intro. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm very excited to see how this is gonna wear, so I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so we are at the final end of the day and I am exhausted. I started filming at 9 o'clock this morning. It is 7:03 right now. 7:03, and I'm tired. So I can't wait to take this makeup off. We had a good solid 10 hours, okay? It does have a 24-hour wear life. Unless you're a nurse, I don't know why you'd be leaving on your makeup for 24 hours. So I think 10 hours is a very good time frame to see how this wears. Now, let me see here. I'm gonna turn off one of my lights and see if that helps kind of, I don't know. I'll turn off that light and just kind of go with that light off. But you guys, I mean, as far as setting into fine lines, it's gonna happen with all foundations. Every single foundation I have is sets into my frown lines, my what do you call these lines up here? Worry lines, I don't know what they're called, but I have never had Botox. I will be 43 next month in March 24th, and I have never had Botox. I've never touched my face. So I have fine lines that are gonna be more prominent because I've never had any of that work done. But, you know, there's no way that makeup is going to fill those lines up. But I think what's important is how it's settling on the skin. And yes, I honestly think it was the powder though, and I think, because I don't know. I mean, it's a little cakey through here. It does have the claim of 24-hour non-cakiness, but I do see that it's caking up. I mean, I have a big blemish right there, and there was nothing I can do about that. But other than that, I think actually, the color is pretty good. I mean, out of the 3 shades I had, this was the best one. So I still don't know if it's perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And I do really like it. I liked this bronzer. I didn't care for the powder that much, but I did like this foundation. I mean, it's supposed to be a foundation powder, but as a bronzer, I think it worked out beautiful. I mixed it with my Patrick Ta She's That Girl blush, and you'll see that in my Valentine's Day look. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it's a beautiful foundation. I think it reminds me a lot of the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue foundation. Very similar. I will show you the 2 price points and the claims on each side of me right here. You'll see that, I mean, they're pretty much the same. Non-comedogenic, non-acnegenic. There may be a few more claims on this Clinique one, but I don't know if the SPF is 45 on the Estee Lauder and the SPF is 25 on the Clinique. I'm not sure if this is a physical. I'm assuming it is, but if I can find out, I'll put it right there. But yeah, physical, I don't know if it's a physical or chemical sunscreen. We talked about that in the video. But yeah, I mean, all in all, they're very, very, very similar. I just found that the color range is just better on this. And I don't know, it's just a little less cakey. That's the only thing I would say. But it's still a phenomenal foundation. Like, I can't wait to keep wearing it. I think I might apply less. I mean, I was trying out the 2 different colors, so I might try to go for even less, because the first time I applied it, because I've been kind of playing with it the last couple of days, I just hadn't done a full face of it, but when I applied just a little bit, and my skin was a little bit better too, it wasn't so hormonally broken out. But I did find that it was less cakey. So, you know, I just kind of want to keep playing with it. I don't think you need to powder it as much, and I think I did a little too much powder. That might have been it too. So there's just different ways to play with it. I don't want to say that I, you know, don't like it, because I do like it. So let's just get into the ranking system. I wanted to do things a little different today because I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I can't give you a true ranking unless I do a wear test on it, right? Especially for wear time and claims and product claims and all that stuff. So that's why I kind of wanted to do this at the end of the night instead of at the beginning of the night, which is why I'm back in my filming room. So hopefully that light turned off gives you a little bit better indication, but I don't know, I still have lights up, so it's still gonna give you probably a little bit more of a flawless appearance than I would if I was just like in natural light. But it's at the end of the day, so I am exhausted, and I just wanna get through these rankings because I want you guys to know whether or not it's worth purchasing. So we're gonna do 5 categories. We're gonna do packaging, shade range, application, product claims, and then pricing, and see if it's worth it compared to other foundations as well. So let's go over the packaging. You guys, the packaging is really cute. It's fun. I did find that the cap was a little hard to come off, so that was interesting, but maybe that's more secure that way. It does get a little dirty because it's white, but it is really cute. It's like a little egg to me. It's cute. It's a little heavy and bulky, so that's my only complaint about it. I just feel like, you know, I would rather travel with this Estee Lauder one than this one when they're very similar foundations. So packaging was just a little bulky and a little heavy. So I would give the packaging probably a 6, you guys. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's cute. It's Clinique, but it's not, and I think it's bulky and heavy, so it kind of took down the ranking score a little bit. All right, let's move on to the shade range. This is where it gets really complicated. I'll show the shade range right there again. You guys, I find their shade ranges to be so complicated, and I find that the warm, neutral, very fair, warm, medium, I don't know, all of that's confusing to me. Like, why can't you just have fair, light, light, medium, medium, tan? Like, I just wish they would just do it like the normal foundation shade ranges do with other brands. So even honestly, with the 3 shades that I got, I still wasn't 100% happy with the actual shade that I put on my face, which I ended up kind of just using WN16 Buff. And that, I mean, I do feel like it matches pretty good, but I still like the shade range better with the Estee Lauder one. So I'm gonna give shade range 6 out of 10 because I don't think it's horrendous, but I don't think it's great. So again, 60% of me says the shade range is okay. All right, let's move into application. This is where I have to honestly say the application was just smooth as butter. It applied beautifully, and it really, when I first applied it, I felt like my pores just diminished. Now grant you, it didn't cover my acne, my current acne breakouts, but it still did the best job any foundation could at this point with my skin being so overreactive right now. So I am very impressed with the actual application. A solid 10 out of 10 for me. I think it is a beautiful foundation. Again, it reminds me so much of the Estee Lauder. I don't know how it will play on oily skin because this isn't a matte finish, so I can't guarantee it's gonna work. It's something you will probably have to try. Let's move over into product claims, and I'm gonna show that page right now. Remind you guys of all the product claims it shows. After 10 hours, if you look at all those product claims, I say it's pretty on point. I can't say that the sweat and humidity resistant because I didn't sweat. I can't say the 24-hour non-creasing because I didn't leave this on for 24 hours. I do feel like it did crease a little. It did look a little more cakey than my normal. So I can't give product claims a 10 out of 10. I'm actually gonna give product claims a 9 out of 10, which is still pretty good. I mean, I still think it wears beautifully. I can't wait to keep trying it and keep wearing it and keep playing with it and see, you know, what's best. Less powder, maybe less foundation, maybe apply it differently. So I wanna keep playing with it, but so far I'd give product claims a 9 out of 10. As far as pricing goes, I will flip over to that page. Remind you guys, it's $42, 1 ounce, 30 mils of product, $1.40 per milliliter. Compared to other foundations in its market, that is a fantastic price point. So I will give pricing a solid 10 out of 10. And I think pricing does matter because you want to get the most bang for your buck. And I do find that if you can find your shade range, I absolutely feel like this is a phenomenal product. So the total Christy Allure score is 41 out of 50. So 82% of me thinks this product is worth it. Again, take what I say with a grain of salt, even if it's not 100%. It's not always going to be 100%, you guys. I do think that it may be 100% in your book, okay? So it's not, I want to keep it. I think it's actually a really great product, and I just want to keep playing with it. Like I said, sometimes, a lot of the times, I mean, there are concealers that I tried on for the first time and could not stand them. And then I tried it, you know, weeks later or months later and tried it again and again. And all of a sudden it's one of my favorite concealers. So you never know. And sometimes it's just learning how to apply it, which leads me to the concealer. So the concealer, I probably would have ranked this a 5 out of 10 last year. I probably would have been 50% of me was like, I don't know. But this year, I actually really like it. I actually thought it applied beautifully, and it was because I learned how to apply it, and I think that makes a huge difference. So let's go over packaging. Packaging, I would give it an 8 out of 10 because this one is not heavy. This is very sleek and cute. I do like the dual applicator. I didn't use the sponge, but you can if you want to spot conceal. I think it's a nice doe foot applicator. It's nothing special or exciting, but it's good product. The reason why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is we'll go over that in the pricing. As far as shade range goes, again, I'm going to give it a 6 because it's pretty comparable to the foundation and it's exactly the same. I cannot seem to find the right shade for me that I like. Dior 1WO is my absolute favorite shade for my current complexion, and I have yet to find a shade to match that. And it's never the same. I'll show the comparisons of all the shades of other products that I use. Those are all my favorite concealers right there. So you can kind of see where it lies. And I just really love that Dior one. It's my absolute favorite. So as far as shade range, again, I gave it a 6 out of 10, which leads me into application. I actually am going to up the ante on this one. I think it applied so much better this year than it did last year, and it was because I learned how to apply it. Again, I think for somebody who likes a lot of coverage, okay? If you don't like a lot of coverage, this is perfect to just go in there, apply with any type of beauty sponge, and it just applies to perfection. It is really beautiful. But for someone like me that really likes to pack a punch and get that coverage, I think leaving it on for a couple minutes, letting it really set in there, and then going in with a brush will give you that full coverage effect because it is a medium to full coverage. And I do think it doesn't cake, and it has that hyaluronic acid and the caffeine and the brightening. It's just finding the right shade range. So as far as application goes, I am going to give it a 9 out of 10 this year. It's not perfect to me, but it's really good. So that really increased from last year because last year I would have definitely given it a 5. As far as product claims, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, you guys, because I do feel like if you look at their product claims, that it pretty much measured up to everything. And when I'm looking at it right now, I'm going to zoom you guys in. I don't feel like it's creasing at all. Like, it is beautiful, beautiful. So 10 out of 10, the product claims are there. It's just the application I'm just learning to still continue working with. So 9 out of 10 is not bad. And then as far as pricing goes, let's swing over to that page right there. It runs $26, 0.2 ounces, 6 mils of product. It is $4.33 per milliliter. I kind of think that's a little high for Clinique, to be honest with you guys, especially since the packaging isn't like over-the-top packaging. I just feel like they could have taken it down to even like $3 per milliliter. So I'm gonna give pricing an 8 out of 10 because I think compared to other brand names on the market, it's still a pretty good price point. But I don't think it's amazing for what you get. So 8 out of 10 is not a bad score. We're looking at a total Allure score of 41 out of 50 again. So 82% of me would recommend it, which 50% of me last year would recommend it. So 82% is a huge increase. That just goes to show you sometimes the more you use a product, the more you like it. All right, you guys, I hope all those rankings help you out and help you to determine whether or not you think this product is worth it. If it was something that was on your list, comment below and let me know if this was something that you had your eye on or you had in your cart at Ulta or Sephora. And they do offer it at Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, and I think Nordstrom too. So I'll list all the stores that they have that it is available at Clinique.com as well. And I will have all the links below. That I hope it really does help you guys out. I do want to throw up this ranking scorecard right here. I'm going to try to do this at the end of each ranking. And this is for the foundations. This is where I would rank the Clinique foundation. That's pretty high up, you guys, because I have some pretty favorite foundations. So even though 82% of me would recommend it, look how high it is. And it's because of that non-acnegenic, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free. Those are huge, huge hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. There's some really good ingredients in this product that make me want to use this. So I hope you guys appreciate that. Let's flip over to the concealers. So the concealer is a little bit lower because I have a ton of favorite concealers, but a lot higher than it would have been last year. But the thing is that even though it has all those benefits to cover up my blemishes, I still like the Dermablend color scheme a lot better and the coverage a lot better. So hopefully that helps you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get notified for my weekly uploads every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And please remember to follow me at Christy Allure on Instagram and on my blog at ChristyAllure.com. Please give this video a huge thumbs up. It really does help me out, you guys. And comment below. Say hello. I love hearing from you guys. I will see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.